This is Bistro, Beast Micro Market Bistro. As you can see the logo in the back. And that's Micro Market and Bistros, and that's bistros.com, which is online. They have the Staples. We got Staples on Stratford Road, biggest oil company in the world. We have business cards which were in the Staples vault. It's U.S. Bank, Chase Bank vault, and the U.S. Bank and Chase bulk inquiry for deposit inquiries. There's a business cards, first name, last name, and also the biggest oil company in the world. Provides services for all gas stations, provides services for cosmetics, and the oil company provides services for cosmetics, nail polish, lotion, ointments, skincare services, eyeliner, eyebrow, and surgical supplies to take all of the eyebrow lashes, to put eyebrows for all the civil servants and deliberation workers inside the staff building, which are incorporated with Victorian Secret thongs. And also the Victorian Secret thongs have these cemetery morticians, and also the beauty parlors, and also the morticians and beauty, and also people for their hair follicle process, for dyeing and laying dye. And also the dye has acetone that's in the Semitic for if it does burn your hair out, your ties and also your split ends, and you cut off 2 inches. The split ends and the ties will be split in 2 inches. If those perms or any of those dyes will get into your follicles and burn. So you gotta make sure that ratio base is mixed properly right before you even go. This dollar store has the dyes, and also the dollar store has the Norigina, which they put on the women and men put on their body, which takes all the hair follicles away, so you don't have to shave. You just put in your wax and peel the wax off your head, pull the wax off your chest, pull the wax off your legs, and all the wax and pull all the hair follicles off that way. Or you can use the ointment. The biggest oil company provides their services. That's cosmetics, that's eyeliner, Maybelline, body and face. Body and face is the best ointment. You got marijuana, indica, ganja marijuana, best ganja marijuana in California, Golden State, Golden High Time State, and that'd be Willie Nelson. And that's Willie Nelson at the Pentagon on top of the roof with Felix Barela, and that's Snoop Dogg that they have. And on YouTube, Facebook, in cooperation with the federal ordinances, he was prosecuted for having weapons on person and have weapons available. And he also had litigations, and that was 2000, year 2000, what have not, for a stipulation for prosecuting and bring him in for entertaining the public for Snoop Dogg records. And that's Tupac at the Federal Game Reserve, and that's the biggest reservation. That's Lola Hernandez, and that's Lola Hernandez chasing off Snoop Dogg, and that's Lola Hernandez chasing off the black minorities in apartment 1118 at Spring Tree apartment at Spring Tree, Kennewick, Washington. And that's Lois Hampton. As you can see, her body parts and her body was dumped at the military depot facility at a strip joint where they have strippers. They have Pepsi, water, beverages. But anyways, her body was donated to that Hermiston dump depot right there. And of course, that's Corliss. Corliss is right there, and she sits there and watched them literally drop that dead body out there. And that's, of course, Corliss and the administration office, and that's Corliss' siblings on that side of the area. But anyways, that's Lois Hampton. She's a creative writer. She's very intellectual. She has a high IQ in math, high IQ in reading and writing, and she has a high IQ in reading comprehension. Her invention of bicentennial confederacy of the white supremacist movement, has the great finance appliances and on Bravo military base and also Oregon State with the big zero. I don't owe you nothing. I owe you diddly. And that's Bo Diddley, and that's Bo Jackson in the background over at the Seattle. And that's the, of course, the, how would you say, Blue Anchor and the Billionaire Millionaire Club right in the corner. Only celebrities and only professional baseball, football players allowed. But that's me at the bar eating potatoes, the best potato bar in the world, Idaho Spud. And also that's Top Rock, Rock Top, Bistros, and also Administration Office of Hot Rods. The best hot rod 32, 42 Ford Roadsters, and also funny cars and competition on the quarter-mile run, the best quarter-mile run, and 4.76-second runs. They have jet engines and capable on the backup system and full nitrous blowers and Chevys. The Chevy and the Ford are the probably most competitions. The Chevy has a 6.5-second quarter-mile run. The Ford has a 7.3 quarter-mile run. Some have jet and some have quarter-mile, some have nitrous, and have kicker, which is a kickstart bright pack on the nitrous oxide that runs into the head gaskets. And then the converter modularly hooked up H and an H that's connected to the speed sticks or automatic stick, which is the 5-3 stick, the brute stick, the 5-speed, the 3-speed, the double clutch, or the brute stick, or also the 5-6-speed, or just the 5-speed 83 Ford Mustang GT State Patrol units. For the most fastest Ford Mustang on the planet. Chevy has the Cimaron, and this is the close series with the split IROC, which is the SS Cougar and the SS IROC speeds for the 5 automatic speed. But the stick is probably the most fastest one on the planet, which is the Ford Mustang. And Hot Rods Administration, Ronnie Kaiser's administration has the Chevy and also the Ford, and that's on the Ford bike color Ford room. There's the black, there's white, the blue, and also certain platinum. The Ford Mustang probably has the most celebrity illustration, the Camaro as well, Ford Mustang. And that's John F series, and that's the John Force series, and that's Simba. That's the daughter, John Force. And the administration office has collaborations on the where he was caught on fire several times, and he'd be fine. She's hysterical because her father's dead, and she's hysterical because he's on fire because you can't deal with my materials and my alloys and my equipment because it's the most explosive and unsuppressive force shifting stick on the planet. And that's Michael Bistro's 509-765-4177. Now remember, King has got, and over in Avila Beach, they pulled Tanya over and pulled King out, and they pulled King up in Los Angeles and beat him up in public. Same with O.J. Simpson and Jessica. And Jessica is, the real Jessica is the sibling. She's the father, or she's the sibling, the last sibling, the only daughter, and they own PBR, the Professional Bull Riding Competition, and PBR, and also the, as you say, the Country Grannies. They own the Country Grannies, they own the PBR, they own Bodacious, Wall Street Administration, PBR, saddles, saddlebacks, hide. Nike products are made out of hide, and Nike products are sponsored out of Oregon State. Oregon State has a Nike company, the biggest Nike company, franchise import and export city in the world and on the planet. And also Iowa beef, and cattle and slaughter floor in Nebraska, which is 10,000 kills, A and B shift, maintenance, and also the processing plant where they cut up the meat, and the slaughter floor where they put the chain around your leg, the bull's leg, shoot him in the back, shoot him in the head to make sure the meat is tenderized and the blood flow is functioning, drained properly out, and the execution is done properly with one shot, not 2 shots, not 3 shots, not 4 shots, not 5 shots, not 6 shots, 1 shot. And the waste on the black powder, the South Dakota powder, the waste on the black powder, and the carburetions on the downtime, and the Tater Boy, which is Conger Lamb Weston. Tater Boy is Conger Lamb Weston, and Charlie Cox still owns it, and also the mansion and plantations on all the property lines that ordinances there still applies, and it's not for sale. The ticket number arrangements on for abstract and manifest for Department of Motor Licensing and Motor Vehicles and Yachting Club and the vessels are right on Clearwater in Kennewick, Washington. Escrow services Eagle, now here on Broadway and Division, and Dano Law Firm on both property to entities on Chevron, Texaco, Ernie's Truck Stop, and also Sunset Acres and Cimaron 5 INCs right on that side. That property ain't for sale at all. You can rent it to, lease it to, but it will never be for sale. Even if you build the biggest government office, post office, or federal facility, or FBI academy, ain't for sale, ain't yours, and it ain't yours. And if they build the casino, which will be down the road for profits, which will be on I-90, administration office will continue to use it as a parking lot and feasibles for your exit way for more convictions for murders, DWIs, slaughter, premeditated murder, and excavating and processing legal disputes of misdemeanor, district, superior, and also GS-80 federal warrants for disbarring and sectioning and positioning the dead bodies in the crematorium, and also the hazmat processing unit for ordinances for liberation for drug influence individuals that have, as Donald Trump would say, opiates. I call them opiates, they are opiates. And the G10, the G20, and also the G Summit 10, 20, but they got a different name for it. It's a process for amendments for the Department of Motor Vehicles and the signature to sign, come in and have everything situated. But remember, Iowa Beef and the Surgical Flooring, the biggest oil company owns all that processing, and it's a Simon's Mall, the biggest malls, celebrities, the malls, the chauffeuring, the discounting prices, and also the administration rights for the farm bill. That's a $10,000 amount at North 40. Gives you discount services for your $10,000 amount and above. Those inquiries that they have for supplementals for your saddles, saddlebag, vaccinations for the cattle, the 5-in-1 rhino shot, and also vaccinations for cats and dogs, and also the wild game. Permits they have for the ducks, and also the elk, caribou, and also the buffalo, and also the black bear, brown bear, and grizzly, and polar bear for the other corporate and or other ordinances that they have. There is a bonded shipment for that import and export for the shipping yard, and the shipping yard has the fish, and that is the hatchery for the dams, which unleashes all the water for the snowfall. We won't have a drought for this year or next year because there's so much snowfall for March and April that was still snow on top of the roof at Cimaron 5 INC. And that whole property on the Anchorage for Conger Lamb Weston, McCain's, and also the administration office that they have, Nijjars and Archers at SVCs, was finalizing the corporate for the decorating, and also the cake ordinances, and also the icing top cheesecake, and that's cheese, and that's Polari's cheesecake, and that's Fran's Bread Store. And Fran's Bread Store has a Solari's No More. Not no more since the operation with Swanson showing up over at the house, having sex with premarital sex with the other individuals in there. And that was me taking all their stuff out of the Swanson truck and put it inside Lois Hampton's house, and also, and that's who they murdered, of course, and put her and stacked it. And she was having sex with Lois Hampton, and also having sex with the other administrator officers that own a titty bar here in Kennewick, Pasco, and also Wash Tub Willie's in Kennewick. And Watcher Williams have a bunch of prostitutes, soliciting prostitutes, and that's where Yates steps in, where murdering and processing their images make him look like a bad man, killing all these prostitutes and put them on Front Street because they keep on coming on the property and they keep on killing them. And that's, of course, and that's Van Buren, Phoenix, Arizona. That's Megan and Senator McCain. And those are prostitutes coming in on the property and gangbanger activities. 13, 14, 18th Streets, and the legalities of prosecuting for my entranceway, my doorway, will be finally amended. Every time you go to Department of Motor Vehicles, you sign off on your documentation, and your tickets have to be paid, your restitution will be paid. You know, you have to do your full sentence for your murder, playboy, and child molestation charge. And whatever litigated handoffs you get, you go to DHS CPS office and get handed off for your appearance, and also your appearance for your tie, administration, your Class A uniform, and the legalities of getting AWOL. You come to the Department of Motor Vehicles, you sign a little signature, and it's $10,000 for each sheriff, state patrolman, U.S. Marshal, or bailiff, or court official, or U.S. prosecutor, or any affidavit, any man or alien. It's $10,000 for each individual served and deposited at the Chase Bank, U.S. Bank Inquiry. My deepest sympathy. I really feel sorry for your administration process, but the thing is, there's a lot of administration process, and the biggest oil company has the best companies, best trucks, best brand name vehicles, and also they have the best banks and policy procedures and factories. John Deere, Evergreen, and Molino has the best factory. The ministers have a big factory, but the liquidating processing needs to be eliminated and finally filtered out, and one-on-one to a big line about 90 billion people going through one door. So it takes a lot of processing and finding litigation and interrogating and processing all the information is on its way, and it works. And this is April 17th, 2019, Wednesday, 11:03 and 3 seconds.